For years, they performed together, one woman and a 12,000-pound predator. He wasn't just an animal to her, he was family. But one summer afternoon, in front of thousands, he turned. No warning, no escape, just blood in the water. This is the true story of Jessica Radcliffe, and why her death changed the way we see orcas forever. Jessica Radcliffe grew up near Santa Cruz, California. Her childhood was shaped by the ocean, its sounds, its mystery, and its power. Her father, a marine biologist, would take her on long boat trips, pointing out dolphins and whales, teaching her to read the tides and respect the sea. From a young age, Jessica wasn't interested in dolls or cartoons. She wanted to understand marine life. At age 8, she watched her first orca show. The moment that massive creature leapt from the water, something clicked inside her. She knew what she wanted to do with her life, not just observe animals from afar, but work with them, train them, bond with them. Jesus studied marine biology at university, graduating with top marks. While still in school, she applied for an internship at Ocean Haven Marine Park, a growing attraction just south of Monterey. She started at the bottom, cutting up fish, scrubbing tanks, taking notes on animal behavior. But even then, something about her stood out. Trainers noticed how the animals responded to her presence, calmer, more focused. Most notably, one orca began to show a strange connection with her, Mallow, Ocean Haven's largest and most famous killer whale. While others warned that Mallow was temperamental, Jessica seemed to understand him. She read his moods, respected his space, and slowly built his trust. Mallow was no ordinary orca. Captured young, trained for years, he was powerful, 22 feet long, weighing 12,000 pounds. While he performed on cue, trainers privately said he could be moody. He sometimes ignored commands or slammed his body against the tank walls. But with Jessica, he was different. She was just 21 when she became his lead trainer. She believed in routine, respect, and trust. She called him her big boy. For the next 2 years, they worked together daily. Mallow would leap, spin, splash, and even swim beside Jessica in choreographed routines. To the public, they looked like best friends. But some trainers remained uneasy. You can train behavior, but you can't erase wild instinct. Over time, small warning signs began to appear. Mallow started acting out again. He became aggressive during feeding times. On one occasion, he lunged toward a junior trainer. On another, he ignored a cue and slapped his tail forcefully against the pool wall. Trainers logged the incidents. One staff member even requested Mallow be pulled from water shows for safety reasons, but management refused. Summer was the park's busiest season, and Mallow was the headline act. Jessica noticed the changes too. She wrote about them in her daily notes, but still believed in their bond. To a colleague, she said, "He's just in a mood lately. He won't hurt me. He knows me." It was 6 July 2011, a bright, warm afternoon. The stadium was packed with over 2,000 visitors. Families, school children, tourists, all excited to see Mallow's famous performance. The music started. Jessica stepped out, smiling and waving. Mallow surfaced beside her. The show began smoothly. He performed every trick: the leap, the spin, the splash. Then came the final act, a fan favorite. Jessica dove into the water. Mallow swam around her, elegant and silent. But suddenly, he stopped. Without warning, he lunged forward. His jaws clamped around Jessica's torso. There was no scream. He yanked her under. The water churned red. The crowd gasped. Children cried. Some people screamed. Trainers rushed to the edge of the tank, throwing fish and shouting commands. They tried everything: poles, whistles, food. Nothing worked. Mallow kept thrashing. Jessica was underwater for over a minute. When he finally let go, she floated to the surface, motionless. Divers pulled her out. Her wetsuit was torn. She had crushed ribs, severe internal injuries, and had drowned. She was pronounced dead on the pool deck. The show was canceled. The park was evacuated. That night, Ocean Haven released a short statement: a tragic accident during a scheduled performance. But many knew this wasn't just an accident. It was a failure to listen, a refusal to act on warnings. Jessica's death sent shockwaves across the country. News channels replayed the footage, animal rights groups protested outside Ocean Haven, former trainers began speaking out, sharing stories of stress, mistreatment, and ignored red flags. Investigations followed. Lawsuits were filed. 6 months later, Ocean Haven closed its doors for good. As for Mallow, he was moved to a semi-wild marine sanctuary in the Pacific Northwest. There, he lived the rest of his life without shows, without crowds, and without Jessica. Her family held a private ceremony by the sea, scattering her ashes into the ocean she loved so much.
Jessica Radcliffe believed in trust. She believed that care, respect, and love could overcome fear. But no matter how strong that bond felt, it wasn't enough. Because wild animals aren't actors. They don't belong in tanks. They don't perform for fun. Mallow didn't attack because he was evil. He attacked because he was wild. And nature, no matter how trained, can never be fully tamed. Jessica's story is not just a tragedy, it's a lesson. When we put animals in cages for entertainment, we risk forgetting what they truly are. She gave her heart to the ocean, but the ocean doesn't make promises. Rest in peace, Jessica. Your story will never be forgotten.